Welcome back to the stream. This is Amitai, and we were a little bit late because of technical difficulties because streaming is difficult for regular brains. But I'm here with one person you can see and hear and one person you can't. That's the best we can manage.
The ghost in the machine.
That's right. So the ghost in the machine not seen here is Eike, who is one of my fellow notqmail developers. And he'll say hello, and you'll have to take my word for it. So if it seems like we're moving according to an unseen force, we are, but at least Llewellyn and I can hear him, and so we'll try to relay what we're doing when that happens. And the person you can see and hear on your screen just above me is Llewellyn. Hi, Llewellyn. Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
And he's here not because he's involved in notqmail, but because a few years ago when I was thinking about maybe starting a project about this, he talked me into it. And so we're doing the first release in quite a while, and he was interested in seeing how we do it. So, because he's also involved in open source projects and he's worked on streamlining their release processes. So he's going to have a lot of things to observe and notice and give suggestions for us.
Yeah.
And just another pair of eyes in case we're about to do something dumb to stop me, because it's been a long time since we did one. So, let's get cracking. What I have on the left is the release notes that we intend to use. I've written them up, and Eike did incorporate the change that you suggested.
Whoa, those are all your release notes.
For 1.09. Yeah, it's a lot. We have 3.5 years worth of stuff.
Okay.
Although we weren't busy the whole time. But yeah, so there it is. This needs to get published when we're ready. And I also have Eike's notes from last time because he's cut the releases before. So let's pull that up. And I guess I'll have the notes on the top and a terminal that I can work with on the bottom. So it says to draft release notes in advance. I have done that. Should I go there and fill them in? Let's try that. So we'll create a tag now. Is that right, Eike? Ah. That's true. Yeah, I see. I see a sed command. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. So those are the two. I'll come back for that in a second. I have some local changes. Possibly, what's the first one? I think I made sure that everything in the release notes was in changes in this commit. Should we do that first?
Sure. Do we have a checklist of
Yeah,
there's a
okay.
checklist that you're using, right?
Yeah, it's this and it's brand new. Nobody's followed it yet. It's just been written a long time ago.
That's the whole checklist?
Um, yeah.
Can you pull that up so we can see it like as a checklist? Like it's marked down, right? So and okay, so this is the one that we're using. But it doesn't look like it'd be nice if there were step 1 or step 2 or like have we done step 1? Maybe even
Well,
like
that's what we're
checkboxes.
formalizing for the first time now. Yeah.
Okay, so
So I guess
so you're
one
here. So that's one draft release. Let's actually do it on. We don't have line numbers turned on in your VI, but uh, oh, awesome, thank you. On line 6, just put it in the header. So yeah, step 1, and
Or do
then
you
that would
mean?
make pre-releases step 2, right?
I think so. Um,
So,
I would rather just write it as an unordered list for now, and then when we're sure we have it right, I'll get the numbers and everything. So
but it's
draft,
easier for us to communicate if you give me the as
even
an
with line
ordered list.
numbers. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
because we're on step 1.
Okay. Agreed. There's also a step of we don't actually
Okay,
want to
so
put these here. We don't want to put these here until we have the tag, and we don't want to make the tag yet. But don't put them here yet. We need to create the tag
okay, so but hold
first.
on. So then that really means like step 1 is create the tag.
I think so, and that's why I don't want to number anything yet. I feel like we're going to
No, that's
keep
fine. That's
renumbering.
fine. Yeah. We're gonna keep renumbering, but that's still fine. Step 0 is create the tag.
We'll
Good.
use
We'll
negative
use partial
numbers.
numbers, and then
Yeah.
when we're all done, we'll do it. Just like the old basic.
Line 10, go to 5.
Exactly.
Yes. Create
Create the
the
tag.
tag,
So
and
how do we
before
create?
that,
How do you create the tag? That's a maybe a
negative
better
1,
statement.
submit a PR for changes MD with the new version, and maybe with changes in these notes.
Okay. So we done step -1.
Nope,
So let's do that.
that's what we're talking about. Yeah. So changes. I also made a change to copyright, which I think was just a question that we need to resolve. Yes, we merged a couple upstream patches. I don't think they had any explicit license or copyright claims. Uh, Maybe we can check that quickly. I'm just looking at my local diffs before we do any commits.
Hmm.
That was where? In my notes. Based on, we have 2. So this one, hey internet, tell me about it. Of course. Okay, it'll be in here somewhere. Custom error. That's the one. Anything. Hey, that's me with my old spelling. Anything about provided as is, do as you wish. Yeah, no specific claim. Okay, fine. And then the other one was this one, which is more Googleable than it looks like it is. But also, it's probably on this page. Yeah. Is that page still up? Yeah. Okay, so that's just literally the patch. Is there any web page about it? Don't see that there is any notes in the local copy. It's probably exactly the same. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say there's no specific claim that we're aware of. So then in that case, I can resolve this with deleting that XXX. So also, Eike, the copyright file, we have to follow the pattern. So I'll put that in.
So have we created the PR?
Yeah, I'm about to for the version bump changes, and that includes changes MD with the new version. Uh, It's only for release engineering time. Okay. Okay. And then while I have your eyes, Ika, um, the um, the README, I also decided I would remove the release date and the release version and exactly who has commits in the release because I don't want to be maintaining that. I think that was a netqmail tradition, but I don't think we need to keep it. And then I also just replaced all instances of qmail with not qmail. Probably this documentation is just outdated, but I at least wanted to update those words. Um,
All right.
does that look all right for the README? To okay, and that's not part of the checklist. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then just because I have a hard time tracking, on line 9 of the thing, can you put, like, a I don't know, like, 3 stars here? Because that is where we are, right? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
And then
Okay.
when we're ready to create the tag, move that line down.
This is where we are.
Yeah.
So currently we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to commit to README. I made a branch 1.09 release commits. I don't think the name matters very much. It's going to go away soon, hopefully. And that's for the README first. Not part of the usual process, just we're going to get it in with the same PR.
Mhm.
Um, README, remove specific credits. A little bit long, but okay. Okay. Then that leaves us with changes in copyright. I had one more change to review before that, which was right. I was reading through the diffs in when I was making the notes, and I noticed that we changed error.h in a way. These used to be extern int, all of these. Still synonyms for regular error codes, but as actual like allocated variables. And now they're just defines. And I think maybe we also no. My question was right now we're still using these kinds of symbols in the code because we're not free to change that right now. And maybe we would want to later, maybe we wouldn't. I guess that's the question. We have this new mechanism in this release that we've used in a couple other places where we mark functions as deprecated and then control whether they're compiled in or compiled out, depending on a define. And I was wondering if we want those error, like those old error names, also controlled by the same mechanism or not. And my guess is not. I don't think we know enough to be deprecating them yet, but I wanted to ask. Right. Okay. So just, yeah, forget it.
If
Yep.
you do not know if you can remove something, you should not be removing it.
Well, that's why we have this mechanism. We actually removed some things and then realized we shouldn't have. And so we wanted
Yeah.
a way to communicate because, again, not QMail as a QMail has this weird API
Yeah.
where the patchability of the source code has been an API. And
Yeah.
so if we think we want to remove some functions, we have to provide a way for people to tell us if we were wrongly
Remove something
overzealous
you could. Yeah.
and that we should not remove. So we have a way to mark deprecated, and this doesn't
But
even
it
matter.
sounded like you had a question before of should we remove something, and you're not
Uh,
sure.
my question was, should we mark these as deprecated? And the answer is there's not even a way to do it, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
But also, I think the answer would have been no anyway. Okay,
Yep.
so now I have
All on the same page.
yeah. So now changes and copyright are ready to be committed. Well, hang on. No, let me do this commit first. this is this is part of our checklist, I think, which is sync release notes with changes. And this is kind of bi-directional here. I think I got it. I got it. There is something that I've already done, and that is draft release notes in advance on a local IkiWiki instance, or maybe on a branch of the production site. But that's it. Don't push them anywhere. Don't save them anywhere. And then this is put release notes in GitHub somehow, which we'll come to soon. Yeah, now this is actually what's been happening. I did this. We're doing this. So I'm going to do sync release notes. That's this one. Pretty well. Sync release notes. Whoops. Come on. Okay, and now whoop, right. I guess this could be the same commit with copyright, right? Because this
Yeah.
is just the version bump. Good. I will leave again. Oh gosh. Right, we copied it from this one where it was true.
Do
Because
you
that
want to
was
do
our
just a
first
search in
release.
general for notqmail? You still
Probably
have notqmail
overzealous.
on 38.
Yeah, this one is correct because we followed from what had been our sort of predecessor project.
Ah,
And so
netqmail became
this one is
notqmail?
right, and then we copy pasted it. But now, from now on, we'll copy paste the right thing.
Okay.
Actually, we could even go like this, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, good catch. Okay, so I'm going to commit both of those. Do we have a way to call that commit last time? We'll call it the same way. This is not QMinute 1.09. Okay, I have a clean tree, and we have a checklist we're working through. I see in the stream chat from Manny. Hi, Manny. Manny is another one of our fellow developers. He says one part that's missing in the checklist is that after we do the release, notqmail.spec and notqmail.dsc and service has to be updated on open build service. Update build
Cool.
service, notqmail.spec, qmail.dsc, and what's this service one? He wrote this. I'll just write that too. Um, and then that happens where? He has a link for us. If I can copy that out of the chat, just a second. Thank you, man. Happy to have you with us.
Yeah.
Let's put that here. Where to do it is there. Right now, our PM builds are this one. He's fleshing this out for us in the chat. Debian builds. that one, and for this. Oops. I swear I've typed before in my life. Keep hitting a U instead of an I, which is exactly wrong, Indo. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Manny. I got that incorporated into the checklist. Anything else anyone notices, please let us know. Okay, so popping back up where we were, we have done these things. And now I think we're ready to do this thing.
Create the tag.
Do we agree?
Yeah.
Like it, especially?
Silence is agreement, I believe.
I think we could make the tag, but we probably want to get the PR merged first, right? Yeah. So
There you are.
okay, so that's where we are. We're here.
So wait, you made a PR just to because you're on a separate branch.
Yeah, we have to. We don't have any push into master yet. Someday when we have good tests, I would love that. But right now we don't.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, so the branch looks like so. We just made it. It's fine. Push it on up. I think I have the right origin on this one. No, I want upstream. Okay. Because I have a fork that I sometimes was playing with. Okay, so now we will have something that can become a PR. There it is. A roux? Why? This looks really suspicious to me. That it can't
Cannot
automatically merge.
automatically merge.
Doesn't it?
Well, create it anyways. Let's find out.
Ah, it's because I had my stupid logo fork. Okay. So then... Oop. No, maybe that wasn't it. I don't know.
Create the pull request. Let's see what happens
Yeah,
when you go to commit it. We can always destroy the pull request and do it again.
exactly. Yeah, it just gave me a weird feeling. But yes.
No, I'm not disagreeing. It just doesn't give us enough information.
Yeah.
Code owner review required. Show all
Yes, so we have
reviewers.
code owners. So one of these people is Eike. This is his GitHub username.
All right. So
And
Ike,
another one
will
of
you review
them
this?
is Manny.
Or
So
Manny?
Manny, if you're still there, help us out. Yeah, I can't.
Oh, we didn't start at the right place.
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear it, but yes, let's see what happened wrong
Do
here. Oh, I'm gonna
you
regret this.
have
Yeah,
do you have any visual Git tools? Like
probably.
Fork or
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
Git Kraken or yeah.
Okay, so
Sometimes it's easier to do these things there.
it's just this and this. That's the only one. So how do we resolve it? Weird. Yeah, this and this are the same. And what happened was I might have changed the date to like the date of the commit or the date of the merge. So one of these is my rephrasing of something. I think probably the ones where I made it into Markdown. This is probably my edit, and this is what I was missing, right? So
So do you just need to pull from master back to your branch?
yeah, I have done that, and this is the conflict. So I think my resolution is to take mine because I have those changes just formatted a little bit differently. Plus one more. So I'm just going to do this.
Okay.
Oh, right. I should stop having my fork. I'm not using it anymore. That should help. Oopsie. So pull request is number 245. And let me drop that into viewers, please. Drop that in the Qmail IRC chat. We have some other developers maybe in there actively.
But we want this to be pulled right now, right? Or like commit merged right now.
Yeah, and we did let people know in advance that we're going to need some reviewers around this time for a version bump.
But how many reviewers do you need? Like, is it okay to just have Ika do it?
3 is our usual number.
So Ika and Manny can give you 2.
Manny is 1. Let's look at our.
Ika's
Yeah,
1 too, though.
yeah, Eike can do it, and then
Manning's already done it.
yeah, Manny's in. Thank you, Manny.
Nico's done it. And are we now blocked?
A little bit. I have an idea though. We can also request from these people in case they're around. That would be a nice thing. Yeah, I sent out a note to our list explaining when we're expecting to do this, and that, as usual, we need 3 reviews for anything, including the version bump commit we expect to have to make. So somebody hopefully can please be available during that time. So Manny's definitely doing his part. I think he's up pretty late doing his
Out
part.
of curiosity,
Yeah.
is it why 3?
Um, 2 hadn't felt like enough for real changes, just because of the amount of, I would say, contextual knowledge that is required to evaluate
Something?
everything. Yeah, I would like it to require less people and more system, but right
Yeah.
now we really lean on the people as we make the system.
Uh, um, it feels like we might be at a block, though, if these 4 people are not currently listening to us.
Yes, that is possibly true. So let's come back to our.
The,
Okay, that's also a good idea. Um, Here on my screen, I have everybody that's available as a reviewer. Ah, which one do you need? Which one didn't you get? I'm not sure if Lewis is in IRC. Let me check. I don't think he is. Let me check. Could be.
I mean, the alternative is you could actually just change
Change the
it to
rules.
allow 2 reviewers for this particular commit and then change
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I could see an argument for it, but I don't feel comfortable. Mhm.
That's all right.
Yep,
This is how you learn.
exactly. So now it's in our checklist explicitly that we have this thing going on.
Well, yeah, yeah, but also I would put at the top of your checklist. This process required 4 people.
Yep, good idea.
No.
Okay, yes.
And then
Mhm.
before we close, can you just renumber?
Oh yeah, I guess I can safely do that. So 1, 2, 3, and then we would do this. I guess it's kind of yeah. Aika, would we create the tag with a git command, or would we just put the release notes in and do it visually at that time? Okay, correct.
No, no. If you do it on GitHub, it also works though. Like I'm not suggesting this is the way you do it, but I'm saying like if you click on notqmail in the browser,
This one. Where are you looking?
uh,
Here.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Project.
project, yeah,
Okay.
and then click on. Can you make your window just bigger?
Absolutely.
There you go. Over on the side, you should see releases. Sidebar up down a little bit. There you are. Releases 3, and then hit draft a new release.
Yes, I have that link right in here. It's this
So
one.
here, when you choose a tag, it will do
You
it, and it'll do it with your
you
sign
can
in.
make one, and it'll do it if I have my with my PGP key.
I believe so. You'll just create the tag, but won't be signed.
I can't think how it would.
Why? Or using a different key for the signing than you are to connect to GitHub?
Oh, that's what it is. I was trying to figure out the misunderstanding. Yes, so I use SSH for the transport for Git, and
Okay.
PGP for attesting a commit
Okay.
more strongly than that, or a tag. A
No.
working PGP key. Make sure you know passphrase. What else do we need in advance? Clean Git working tree. Uh, up clean up to date Git working tree. What else have we learned? Yeah, for pre-release checks, this is something we could maybe still do with a little bit of time. We didn't do this yet. We have a step for making sure that popular patches still apply or that we've rebased it. We also have a step for rebase. So maybe this should. Hmm, I would like this to happen before the release so that we know when we're shipping instead of after. So I kind of want to say Um, willingness to stop merging changes for a short time.
What is a short time?
I'm trying to figure that out, but I just want to get the idea out first. So we can uh, test patches and rebase any that need it. Okay, now we could talk about what a short time is.
I
What's
just
for that?
really need units.
I know, and I'm trying to. I don't know what's a practical answer until I know
Okay,
the
so
question. The question
I'll
is
just throw them
this.
out, and then you tell me. Minutes.
Yeah.
Are we
No.
talking minutes?
No.
Are we talking hours?
Yeah.
Days.
No big deal.
So wait, hold on. Does weeks feel solid? Like, is you 1 week should be enough? Amitai, does that feel 1 to 2 weeks? I'm not as concerned about the thing. I just want the reason I just sort of say it is sort of like short means different things to very different people.
Yeah, I
And
just
so
wanted to
like if
get
you're like
the
one
idea
one
and
to two
now. Yeah.
weeks, the precision of that doesn't matter, but it gives me an idea of like sort of like what is meant.
Yes. I definitely want to have.
All right.
And these are not PRs that get merged. They're just branches, so we don't need any approvers for that. We just need to do a good job. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Any chance we've had more uptake? Doesn't look like it.
So we're gonna call it in a few minutes anyways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just want to give like the highest level observation,
Please.
which is you need to do this a lot more often.
Mm.
So
Do you know how
you
long it's
batched
been
up
since the
like
last one?
you said 2 or 3 years.
3.5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would suggest that after we get this done, we add a small change and we do it again. And that will make it painful. And that pain will, because right now we spent about 2 hours, and some of that was just getting like the streaming up and stuff, right? But nonetheless, like the entire release process would be nice if it was in a sort of 5 to 8 minute range. And we are a long way away from that. And the only way you're going to
Yeah.
get there
Yeah.
is by repetition.
The thing that really stuck out to me about why this has been too long is less the process that we have to smooth out,
Mhm.
like what we're doing today, and more the release notes part. There was just so much to sort of
Yeah,
rephrase and organize. Like,
but those
why
two
is there
things
so
go
much that
hand
I
in
have to
hand,
organize it? Yeah,
right?
exactly,
So
exactly.
there's this thing where it's like I noticed that like if I did one thing, a short thing like a day's worth of work or so, and then I released, you had a day's worth of work, right? But if I did like 5 days worth of work, in that 5 days worth of work, like on day four, something else would show up. So in 5 days, I don't have 5 days worth of work. I have 5 days worth of work plus like a day of something else, right? And if that takes 5 days, like because that like now makes it complicated. I can't release my original 5 days until that this new project is done. Right now, I go another 5 days, and in those 5 days, like another thing, and all of a sudden, there's this thing where like just it expands out. As soon as you get overlapping tasks, that that expansion occurs really quickly. And so it doesn't surprise me that like as you get more and more stuff, there's more and more stuff you have to do, and that makes it harder and harder to be done.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So here's I've added what you just said.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I'm sure we'll have some small changes we can make. But not least,
That's
because
sed
it's been so
command.
long, we're probably going to make a mistake,
Yeah, and we'll have to do it again
and then
anyways.
we'll have to cut an early. Yeah, exactly.
The sed command that was put in, did that make it into our notes?
No, it made it into my shell history somewhere, and that's it. Let me put it in here. Thank you. Two commands. Let's put it down here first and figure out where it goes. So there was a set, and then there was a get.
The longer I've been developing, the more convinced I am that like a key developer skill is note taking.
Oh yeah,
And some of that
and
is
shell
actual
scripting.
notes, and some of it is well, scripts are like notes that are automated, right? And then like unit tests are like notes that are automated, and build pipelines are like notes that are automated. But all of this is like there's process that needs to be repeated.
Yes. Oh nuts.
Can I see your action builds?
Yeah, where's there a failed one? I see. But
So
why don't I see it
just go to
here?
your actions.
Oh, here we go. It's scrolling. There we go. Okay.
Oh, you're doing this on Circle.
Some of them.
Are the other ones being done on GitHub Actions?
Mostly GitHub Actions.
Why the mix of both?
Sure.
Uh, oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So Cirrus we have FreeBSD. GitHub we have Ubuntu and macOS, and GCC and Clang, and some other build combinations. OpenBSD is uh, in a magical kind of a VM on GitHub Actions
Hmm.
that lets you do that. Maybe we could do that with FreeBSD too. I don't know. And same thing with Solaris. There's a way to get Solaris to run in a VM under macOS on GitHub Actions. So that's how we got those. So the FreeBSD one.
So I need to run because I have a meeting at the top of the hour.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me be part of this. We're going to
Yes.
continue it. So I'll see you
Yes.
again.
Yes. We'll
Send me a
schedule another
calendar
time.
invite.
Will do. And if you have other notes that you didn't get to talk about, please send them along.
I'll send them along.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Llewellyn. All right. Now then, what is happening for us here? Which one of these is an error? Warning, 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 error. Here we go. Incompatible function pointer types, S size T. This is building the unit test. So maybe the unit test is wrong? Because yeah, otherwise this is some kind of a ripple effect that we're not going to be happy with. Is it? Okay. Let me oh, really? How did we miss it? Well, good. FreeBSD, thank you. I have a FreeBSD, so maybe this will help us reproduce. Which version are we on? Oh, really? Yeah, I forgot they changed their key. I'm sure it's fine. So we were trying to make test or whatever it was. Whoa, whoa, what? Okay, let me look at the FreeBSD build file. What am I on? I'm on 13.2 release. So that's related. It's pretty recent. Okay, I should probably do I have a Clang? Clang 14. So we'll do this. Well, let me see if this can do it. Yeah, hold on. Getting some noise here. Okay, I'll check in a second. Oh, okay. Um, Manny says it's the unit test. Yeah. Let's check the chat. Incompatible function pointer type. Okay. Let's just see if I get there. Okay, yeah, so without that, no error with that. Let's go again. Okay. Hmm. Um, I could get probably a newer Clang from package stores. Yeah, I could have Clang 16 if we wanted to. So I didn't reproduce in FreeBSD 13.2 with the native Clang 14, even with your option. I couldn't get it to not build. So you're saying you have locally? Yeah, that is pretty old. Um, let's look at the unit test, I guess. Maybe we can just think about it and do the right thing and see if it builds. That's really it. Okay. Oh, read stub here. This right here? Uh-huh. I see it. Yeah, that's a really good question. And you know what? While you're making a PR with that, uh, I think we have more warning types that we should be turning on in CI because we had a bunch of PRs to remove a bunch of warning types that we should probably just always build with now that we have them removed. Let me get that list together. Maybe you can include it in your PR. Yeah, so if you're watching this, today is not the day, but is helping us a lot. So, Ike, what I was saying is right here, fix several classes of compiler warning. We should probably take each of those and make sure that all our CI builds have those enabled. Now on. So that list is once you make a class of warning go away, you want it to never come back. Okay. So I'll put that in the chat for you. Sit here. Okay. So then maybe, yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sounds good. Yes, I will. So yes, you can't hear Eka. That's right. Um, so we are going to put these warnings into a PR that we will not necessarily gate the release on, because we don't exactly expect them to all succeed or not, um, and because we haven't been building that way. But because these are classes of warning that we have made go away earlier in the release process, in the development process, um, we definitely want to have a PR. We want to see how all the builds go when these are turned on. We had a discussion a long time ago where I think you talked me down from saying let's just turn on W all in CI, or no, in the release conf CC. I think is what I was saying that we should do that someday, and you were saying probably never, but we could work up to doing it incrementally until we can do it in our CI builds. And that's where we're headed. It was a very convincing case. I remember it very well, and I now have that opinion too. So yes, we want to PR with these. We want to see what it does. If it's fine, then maybe we would include it by the time we do the release. And if it's not fine, then we have something to work on. So I guess this is something for my checklist too. Um, right, it was over here. Um, add any new specific what error classes of warning that we've eradicated to all the auto builds. And hopefully we've done this at the time. Yeah. How should I say? A few days before, make a PR to force CI, to force all CI builds. Maybe like oh yeah, okay. And it doesn't have to be like maybe just like a dumb documentation change. Make a branch with trivial fake change. That won't break, I think. To force all CI builds. Make sure they build. Sure enough. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this out of the way again. Oh, I didn't finish renumbering, did I? Pre-release checks. Yeah, we wanted to do this earlier. Okay, I think I incorporated that. One, two, three. This link belongs here. And actually, it's easier than that. Ha! Icky wiki. How about that? All right. Not currently doing anything. Just on top of the version bump. PR. Or should we do the rebase after we have the tag? Does it make a difference? Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to decide the part where we trivially rebase our patch versions, our patch branches. Uh, right now we have it before creating the tag. Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Which doesn't have to mean the release is out, just that the tag is. Yeah. Because we expect no changes under the tag at that point. Okay. So now we do put them there. I think if you're looking at my screen, I'm looking at the step in your notes from wiki page, which I think was the release notes. So I'm going to consider that we already did that much earlier. Is that right? So yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Merge the local branch, main. Okay, and then I guess this. mm, Yeah, no, this should happen when the tarball is available to be linked to, I would say. We shouldn't put the release notes on our website until the release process is done. So let's drop down here. Here. Right, we will have done. Oh, okay. No, that's this. Okay, so that creates the tag. Then rebase the branches on the tag, then put the release notes in if we haven't already. Then make the tarballs. Create sign tarballs. Yep. And then I think we already did this, so I'm going to take these notes. They apply here. Load them. And then update OBS. What were these sed commands for? Which step did that go to? That's for generating the release bump commit. Okay. 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 Nice. This will be merged into. We have more feedback from Manny in the chat. Just a second. This will be automated in Makefile. Okay. Uh, okay, so add that spec, bump version number, update tarball link. Nice. And then this is the open build service site. Who? What? Oh, yeah. All right. It's because of my Vim line numbering. That will work. So Manny, I'm looking at the open build service, as you mentioned. who has access to this? Is this something that each of us who wants to help with that part? Okay. Okay. Yeah, he says the same. So, yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's probably something I would want to have access to as well. So, prerequisites, someone with access to build service package. A release engineer with a working PGP key. This is really helpful what we're doing today. It's not the release, but it's really helpful. Team willingness to stop merging changes for hours to days, maximum 1 week. Yeah, yeah, we definitely should add more people to this. Very well. I think. Oh, one thing. Maybe you're doing this in one of your in your makefile PR, Eike, but a step that I don't see here is how we go from the signed tarballs to having them in the GitHub release page. Is that just like a web upload? Okay. Okay. So by then it wouldn't be new, it would be the release that we're already drafting. Okay. Okay, so let's just quickly review the notes that we have now, because this is helpful, and then we'll figure out how to proceed next time. But let's just make sure we got all of our knowledge out. Yeah. Uh, so I take that line out. So prerequisites. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Yeah. Hopefully that expresses it. Okay. So we have prerequisites to be able to do a release. We currently need 4 people. Oh yeah. Also, uh, discuss reducing reviewers to, right? I already had that somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. 4 people because we need 3 reviewers, and after the release we will discuss that. We need someone that's currently in Bangui and Dakon. Did that? Yeah. Anyone can, should, any of us can, should request access. Whoever's doing the release on their computer needs to be very sure they have a PGP key that they know how to use. I did check that beforehand. I'm very proud of myself. That was just not nearly sufficient. And then I didn't have this either. I did not have a clean or up to date Git working tree. Um, Also, after 1.09, wait, I should stop having origin be his fork. Dumbass. I'll leave that part out. Yeah, but it's implicit. I should definitely do that. And then team willingness, like everybody involved. I mean, everybody involved was willing to wait 3.5 years for a release. So I think we just have to say that this is required, and it'll be fine. And this is why. Um, and then a few days before, just make sure all the builders build. This is really really helpful. Okay, then after we do this release, we have some things we want to do, which is start a change log for 1.10, but just make sure it's not in the releases RSS. That's easy enough to do. I should do that. We should talk about having only 2 reviewers, and then we should make a little release, or actually, for let's call it next release or something, because we don't necessarily know what the version number will be. Maybe it'll be like 1.09.1, just to try that. Okay, when we have the prerequisites met and we want to make a release, then we should have the release notes in advance, and that's what this would start being. So that hopefully it's not so much work next time, even if it's big. And then, oh, another thing I want to discuss which changes to document where, when. So, for example, um, release notes will have every change as all, some. We never, well, we often don't remember to include a changes entry with a PR. So either make GitHub force it, or maybe don't use changes this way anymore. My bias, and we'll discuss it. My bias is just start collecting the changes in the release notes, and that doesn't have to be in the Git repository. That's my guess, but we can talk about it. We should talk about it. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Okay, so I have that. That's right. Uh, Not in this time frame. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Agree. Okay. That is a prerequisite. These commands will be forgotten soon because they'll be automated somewhere. But if we are still trying to manage change entries places, bump the version, and here again, ideally this would have happened sooner. Like at the time that we knock out a warning, we should also knock it out in CI permanently. But otherwise, double check. Have the version bump PR emerged. Create the release tag. And it'll be done like which annotations? Why, thank you. So I'll have to wrap up in no more than 10 minutes, but I think we're about there. Yeah. Oh, this is off my screen. Let me get it on my screen. Over here. Huh. Uh, Actually annotate. Yeah. Okay. That's a good find. So we'll have to turn those freeform annotations into compiler recognized annotation. Um, okay. So this is how we make the tag. And yep. Okay. Then we rebase the patch branches. Should be really boring. Put the release notes in. Very fine. Create and PGP sign and upload to GitHub. Now that we have our own website, do we want to self-host copies of the tarballs also? I don't see an urgent need, but it would be fine also if we did. Yeah, maybe self-host copies of the released tarballs. Okay. Push release notes to the website. Update open build service. Update Gentoo. Those are all the packages I know of. Yeah. Oh. Um, Post everywhere about the new release. Um, Lobster, social media, Shmon. I don't know. We can all do that, but I definitely does this a lot. Anyway, um, I suppose Hacker News slash dot. Does anybody read slash dot anymore? Where do people go? Uh, oh, of course, of course, of course. Email mailing list. Huh? I have too many. but for me it means these. So Twitter, X, I would post to Facebook. Instagram doesn't let you put links. Probably doesn't matter there anyway. Threads I would post. LinkedIn I would post. I don't think anybody uses Zing anymore, but maybe. Mastodon. You know what? We need a .qmail Mastodon account. We could share access to that. Uh, Maybe Peanut, TikTok, no. Counter Social, I don't even know what that one is. Yeah, maybe Blue Sky is a real enough one that I would post there. So I have too many. I just, whenever there's a new one, I make sure I get my username. That's really it. Uh, yeah, we'll think of other places. A little bit, a little bit. I wish it weren't so, but yes, a little bit. And if we think of other places, we will we will put them here too. Okay, I think this is our completion of our learning for today. We have a much thicker, more detailed set of notes that's trending toward a checklist, some of which we're going to be able to automate right away, and some of which we will work toward over time. But this, so again, we thought at the beginning of the session, perhaps with hubris, we thought that maybe we were going to get the release done today. And that maybe if we were missing one of our 3 reviewers, that would be the reason we didn't. Uh, we had that problem, but it wouldn't have been the blocker. We found lots of other things. For example, that the builds can take a long time, even if they are passing, which they're not. So the end result of today's stream, including Llewellyn, who was here earlier, that you could see and hear, and Eike, who only Llewellyn and I have been able to see and hear, but is definitely influencing what we're doing. And with the very able help of Manny on the stream chat, maybe if I knew you were going to be available, I would probably try to patch you in next time. If you're up for that, let us know. We'll be in touch. Another notqmail developer should absolutely be part of this if he's available. So what we've learned today is that we have a much more complete set of notes, and we have some things we need to do, and then we will schedule another stream, and we will maybe succeed that time. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you, Eike, for joining us. Hopefully next time we can make you more than an unseen force or an unheard force. And I'll see you on the stream next time. Thanks for watching.